U.S. Open 2025 live updates. Day 5. Scores and results with Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Jannik Sinner are in action. The 2025 U.S. Open second round continues. Today at Flushing Meadows, two of the tournament favorites are in action on Arthur Ashe Stadium. IGT2 and Jannik Sinner. One headline the afternoon session. Then, it is all about the Americans in the evening session with Coco Gauff 3 in action before Tommy Paul 14 faces Nuno. Boers. There were no major shocks. Yesterday as Carlos Alcaraz 2, Taylor, Fritz 5, and Novak Djokovic 7 advanced on the men's side while Arina Sabalenka won, and Jessica Pegula 4 eased through on the women's. Point of the match that the Arthur Ashe Stadium crowd on their feet after the longest rally of the contest. At 21 shots, Swiatek pushed and pulled Leymans all over the court forward, back, left, right, and the Dutch player hung in there with some brilliant defense. Her excellent foot speed. Props to Lucas Wis for pointing that out earlier. Keeps her in it before a desperate flick goes marginally long. One break point saved. The next is taken as Swiatek double faults. 4-4. And back on serve. Tiebreaker on the way. Number 18 seed Beatrice Haddadmia has cruised into the third round, sweeping aside Switzerland's Victoria Golubic in straight set 6-1, 6-4. The Brazilian will face Maria Sakkari in the third round, a player she holds a 4-0 lifetime record against. The pair trade holds before Swiatek puts the foot down. She breaks Leymans to 15, will now serve to make it 5-3, and is only a couple of games from the match. Now in a roller coaster game which saw Leymans outdo, which act like a parabola over the second seed before dropping just before the baseline. Swiatek eventually prevails with a break. One clean as a whistle backhand winner was a particular highlight, and a Leymans break follows. That Swiatek break really strong from Leymans, who actually breaks the love and steps up to being more clinical in a key point. Back on serve in the second. Can Leymans sustain this and take us to a decider on Ashe? Number 10 seed Lorenzo Musetti is in complete control of his match against David Gorin on Lucy Armstrong after taking the first set 6-4. He bagels Jin in the second. The decisive point coming on a double fault by the Belgian. A few results to bring you from around USA. Billie Jean King, National Tennis Center. Number 21 seed Lyndon Oskova has advanced 6-4, 3-0 in a walkover against Evil Eyes, who retired after taking multiple medical timeouts. Number 13 seed Katerina Alexa has eliminated Wanganu in straight set 6-2, 6-2 Maria Sakkari, who has fallen on hard tennis time since reaching the semifinals of the U.S. Open in 2021, has advanced to the third round after cruising past Anna Bond 6-3, 6-1. This is a joint furthest she's reached in a Grand Slam since the 2022 Australian Open. Watching Iga Swiatek and Susan Leymans is a little bit like watching the beta version of a tennis program play against its predecessor. Both players hit with heavy topspin on both sides, aiming well inside the lines, and trying to create angles to break the sideline where they can. This might be a match for Swiatek to test out some of the variety that she's working on with Coach Fassett to break Leymans' rhythm. But thus far, she is trusting her matchup advantage, and it's mostly working. Leymans is sticking around in this second set, the Dutch player stepping up the pace and aggression on her ground. Strokes that led to a hold to 15-2. Begin the set, just her second game of the match, and going 15-40 up on Swiatek served to take 2 more break points. Both were frittered away. Swiatek holds. That's 0 out of 3 break points taken for Leymans, which obviously needs to improve if she wants to upset the second seed, Tristan Boyer. made encouraging starts to both sets, but allowed Andrei Rublev to hit his stride in both and is now 2-0, down with 70 minutes on the clock. The number 15 seed has been impressive, but he has seen far too much of the American. Second serve, Boyer's first serve. Percentage stands at just 48%, and that is giving way too much to do to hold. Serve, there have been 21 winners from Rublev, who has been absolutely creaming. His forehand, it looks like he will be getting through this one quickly and with little fuss. Boyer's returned to the court for the third set after taking a comfort break at the end of the second. If you're watching tennis in person, I highly implore you to focus on their feet for a few points. It's always so exciting to watch their feet move, from ready position to retrieving a shot and gliding around the court. Arena, Sabalenka last night, and Iga Swiatek. Today, both have quick bursts of movement with their feet. The hardcore squeaks a lot when Swiatek is playing, but it feels like she's always in position. Yeah, Layman's avoids the ignominy of being handed a bagel from Iga's bakery, but she gets a breadstick instead, only taking one game in that first set, though she is actually playing okay and trading blows well from the baseline. Swiatek is relentlessly targeting her second serve, which is proving a big point of difference so far. Swiatek broke to love and Layman's nets. That's the set. Ultra-efficient play from the second seed in the New York Sunshine. Exactly an hour gone on Armstrong, and Lorenzo Musetti has taken the feist. Set. As Michael noted a little earlier, the number 10 seed raced into a 3-2-0 lead, only to be pegged back by David Goffin. A string of holds followed, and it looked increasingly as though a tiebreak would be needed, but the Belgian serve let him down, and Musetti was able to take his one and only set point. Andrei Rublev looks very good on serve here on grandstand, so it is no surprise to see that he is rattling through the service games against Tristan Boyer, and he is being proactive against the Bulls, not giving the American a second piece on his second serve. When he plays like this, Rublev is so hard to beat, but consistency and mentality are the problems that the Russian needs to solve if he is to go deep at these tournaments. He has made 10 Grand Slam quarterfinals, but has never advanced beyond that. It's a heck of a struggle for Layman's to secure her first game of the match. In a game where she double faults twice, she responds well to save 2 break points and just about get on the board. Layman's does hang around in a long rally at the end of the next game, but eventually slides long, pressurized by Sweet's deep hitting. There was a big cheer on grandstand as Tristan Boer started the second set, brilliantly prizing a breakout of Andrei Rublev immediately after dropping the first set, but he was unable to make use of it with more loose first serving opening the door for the number 15 seed. Rublev has been hunting the boy a second serve, and he took his 4th break point before holding to love to bring us back on serve. Susan Layman's gives up her first service game. Iga Swiatek's power proving too much early. On and Layman slaps a forehand long and loses a game to 15. The number 2 seed, fresh from winning Wimbledon K with a hold to 40. Layman's utilized some good depth to eke out a break point, but Swiatek saved it with some big saving. Lovely conditions on Ash. Number 2 seed Iga Swiatek gets us going with her service game, showing her range from the first point as she swings Susan Layman's from right to left, but not her accuracy as she fires into the net. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share.